Good morning. My name is Jenita McGowan, Chief of Sustainability for the City of Cleveland. And we're going to kick off this morning with a welcome from Mayor Frank G. Jackson. So I would like to welcome Mayor Jackson to the stage to give his opening remarks. Let's give him a warm round of applause.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. And how are you doing this morning? Good. I want to welcome everyone to the 7th Annual Sustainability Summit. And I will really congratulate the staff, Jenita and her staff, on doing another outstanding job and putting this summit on. And I want to give a thanks to all of our sponsors, our guest speakers, and a special thanks to the Fowler Center and Dr. David Cooperrider and Dr. Ron Fry for facilitating this. They've been with us from the beginning, and they've donated their time and their energy and their knowledge, and we could not be successful without them. I also want to thank the Stewardship Council. When we did the first summit in 2009, we formed a Stewardship Council, and this Stewardship Council meets periodically throughout the year to talk about the previous summit, the summit coming forward, and really to help us stay focused and on track, not only in regards to summit, but in regards to the overall purpose and mission of the initiative. And then I want to thank you, all those. How many here are new? Okay, so as you can see, every year there are people who come back, and then every year there are new people. And I want to thank those who are returning for returning, and those who are new for coming to the summit this year, and hope you come back. We started this in 2009, and it really came out of when I was council president, and I happened to go to a conference at Case Western Reserve University that was run by Dr. Cooperrider, and it was about, I forget the actual title of the summit, but I can tell you what I came away with. I was council president, so I couldn't go every day, all day, but I went every day for an hour, hour and a half. And the thing that I walked away with is that we have an economy that is built on exploitation of people, resources, and situation. And because of that, the way in which we function and the way in which we run our social economic system, we have all of these social and economic ills, whether it's a bust boom of our economy, whether there are the disparities that result in the social conditions of people, things like that. So when I became mayor, asked Dr. Cooperrider, I said, can we use the same methodology that I saw you use at your conference? Can we do that for an entire city? An entire city for the mission and the purpose of creating a sustainable economy in the decade 2019. And what I mean is, by sustainable economy is not just that things are environmentally friendly or have we do things in a sustainable practices of your business, but really to transform our economy and demonstrate that we can operate a social economic system in a way that is not exploitive of people, resources, and situation, but adds to the prosperity, adds to getting rid of disparity, adds to a more friendlier way in which we engage our environment, and adds to those kinds of things that where people become the beneficiary of what we do. And so that was really the focus of what we talked about. So each year we're moving there, and each year we have what we call a celebration year. This year is the year of the water. Previously, energy, zero waste, locally grown food. But in the 10th year is the year of the people. That is to say, at the end of 10 years, have we transformed the way in which we do business? Have we institutionalized a culture and a behavior, not only in our economy, but in our social fabric, that has led to people who are healthier, have led to people who are more prosperous, led to people who are better off because of the functioning of Cleveland's economy and the function of Cleveland's social network. That is the goal of this. I'd like for you to keep that in mind as we talk about these things. This is just not the year of water. This is a 10-year effort to transform our economy into a sustainable economy that benefits people, that we can make money, we can make profit, we can be friendly to the environment, we can create healthy and happier people, and we can eliminate those social disparities that exist in our present economic social condition. And as I thank you, and as I wrap up, for those of you who may have a political bent, I ask you to get rid of that, because if you are listening to me and maintaining a political analysis of what I just said, you are not part of a sustainable economy. This is not about capitalism or socialism or communism or any ism whatsoever. This is how do we function as a city? How do we function as government? How do we function as an economy? How do we function as society to serve the people and allow for prosperity so that everyone can be better off? So thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Jenita McGowan. I'm Chief of Sustainability for Mayor Jackson. And we're here at the 7th Annual Sustainability Summit to renew, engage, celebrate, innovate, and to make progress toward achieving our goals. This morning, I'm going to be giving you some highlights from our year of clean water to date, and also kind of progress that's happened since the last summit. Everyone always says, well, what's happened since the last summit? So in 20 minutes or less, I'm going to try to sum it up. I won't be able to hit everything, so if I left you out, make sure that you tell other people around you what you did that was awesome this year. But first, I'd like to start out by thanking the staff of the Office of Sustainability. I have a really great, engaged, and passionate team that work hard every day at sustainability. So if you could stand and be recognized if you're in the room. Matt Gray, Director of the Office of Sustainability. Anand Natarajan, Energy Manager, over here by the AV. Kristen Hall, Sustainability Manager. Kathy Lenz, Sustainable Cleveland Coordinator, in the back there. Felina Selden, our Outreach and Education Coordinator. She may still be at registration. Matthew Ginn, our Energy Assistant. And Jill Collins, our Rain Barrel Program Assistant. I did not get the permission to put these photos up here, so hopefully they're okay with that. So what is Sustainable Cleveland? Many of you are new, you haven't been to a summit before, maybe you've heard of it. But we say that Sustainable Cleveland is a community of people. It's people from all walks of life. It's people from the business sector, nonprofits, government, education sector, our volunteers, our youth, even arts and culture organizations. We take a multi-sector approach intentionally because we know that to change our entire city, we need to engage the entire city. It can't just be government, it can't just be business, it just can't be environmental nonprofits. It has to be all of us working together. So this is the breakdown of the sectors here at the 7th Annual Sustainability Summit today. We measure this, we track this, it's very important to us. So all of you who are here today wearing whatever hat you're wearing, it's really important that you're here. So thank you for being here today. Sustainable Cleveland is a resource that helps Clevelanders make smart, sustainable choices at home, at work, and in the community. I'd like to take a moment to recognize some special guests we have here today at the summit. We have a delegation here from Sweden. If you are here from Sweden, could you stand and please be recognized? They're here to learn about our Sustainable Cleveland initiative, appreciative inquiry, and also to see if there's there we go. To create an exchange between Cleveland and Sweden. I'd also like to recognize our high school students in the room. A lot of what we will be doing over the next 2 days is thinking about the future, and these young adults are the future. So if you could stand and be recognized if you're coming to us from a high school. The mission of Sustainable Cleveland. Sustainable Cleveland is a 10-year initiative that engages people from all walks of life working together to design and develop a thriving and resilient Cleveland region that leverages its wealth of assets to build economic, social, and environmental well-being for all. Cleveland will surprise, amaze, and inspire the world with its transformation to a bright green city on a blue lake. Determined people from every walk of life will work together to shape vibrant, livable communities, innovative businesses, and a flourishing natural environment that will result in wealth, health, creativity, and economic opportunities for all. And Sustainable Cleveland has values. Sustainable Cleveland is dynamic and cumulative. It combines a sense of urgency for action with positivity and kindness. It is inclusive, accessible, and welcoming. It encourages persistence, determination, courage, and boldness, and it promotes creativity, innovation, and execution. So why the year 2019? People ask me this all the time, and we chose 2019 because it's the 50th year anniversary of the last time the Cuyahoga River caught fire. And just about every 10 years, national media will do a retrospective story of Cleveland as the mistake on the lake, as the place that the river burned. And at the 50th year anniversary, we want to have our own story to tell of transformation and resilience, and one as a thriving city whose environment is healthy, whose people have high quality of life. And so that year is a deadline, and it's also an anniversary. The heart and soul of Sustainable Cleveland are our many working groups. So each year out of the summit, some folks join working groups to continue the ideas generated at the summit into action. We have listed them all in the workbook that you have in your bag, and they're always looking for new participants. Some of them will be taking leadership roles today at the summit. And we're thankful for the robust participation and innovation of our working groups. So if you're in a working group, could you please stand and be recognized if you're currently active in a Sustainable Cleveland working group? Thank you. And Sustainable Cleveland is organized by annual celebration years. We do this to make it easy for everyone, whether it's you as an individual, an organization, or a business, to get involved, to figure out what you can do at home, at work, or in your community to be more sustainable. It makes it accessible. It helps us reach the goal that we set in the year 2009 at the first summit to engage 1.6 million people in the Cleveland region. So our summit task and objectives. Why are we here? This summit's objective is to chart the course for the next 4 years of the Sustainable Cleveland 2019 initiative. We will engage in designing actionable plans around celebration year topics, and we will do this by learning from local and global innovations to inspire our vision, design, and development of a thriving and resilient Cleveland. We will do this by celebrating and recognizing the progress and success of individuals, organizations, and businesses, and making measurable and meaningful progress toward these goals. We will do this by valuing our freshwater resources and leveraging our natural advantages in the blue economy, building upon our assets in sustainable transportation, and benefiting from the quality of life that comes from creating walkable, bikeable, and transit-friendly cities. By recognizing the strengths and resilience of Cleveland's neighborhoods as we continue to improve quality of life for every Cleveland resident, worker, and visitor. Building off our competitive advantage in the local food sector by connecting our regional assets through business-to-business matchmaking activities that also increase health and wellness, and by finding new ways to turn waste into value and creating a more generative economy. Because this is our 7th annual summit, I think it's important to recognize that these next 2 days are an opportunity to renew and re-energize. Many of you have been working at sustainability for a long time, between 5 to 10 years, most people who are here. And those of us who work every day to inspire and enact change understand that it can take a lot of energy and hard work to get to that moment of transformational change, that instant of transformational change. And personally, I look forward to the summit as a way to renew my purpose, to get inspired by this community, to learn new things, and to understand what Clevelanders are passionate about taking action on. So if you're new to sustainability or new to the summit, you should know that your energy and enthusiasm is really important to the success of this event and the Sustainable Cleveland Initiative. And if you've been at it for a long time, you should know that your knowledge and expertise is vital to the success of this summit. And by working together, we can create new ideas and new energy toward our purpose. So many of you have been at previous summits, and many of you are new. You're all experts, and you all have something to contribute over the next 2 days. So we're here to celebrate the year of clean water, progress in our climate action plan, working group achievements, and business organization and individual successes. We're here to innovate. For the first time ever, we have asked the community to pitch innovation sessions that you'll hear more about later today. And we're here to achieve. This is our snapshot of our climate action plan progress report, which is in your bag. We have 33 actions as a community we're trying to achieve. Green means we're on track, yellow means we've made some progress, and orange means we better get busy. So we measure success by a few ways. One is the climate action plan that I just mentioned. Also online at sustainablecleveland.org, we have a dashboard of performance indicators, about 28 of them that measure. They're bellwether indicators that let us know how we're doing in sustainability. And they also are there to inspire action. And I think that there's probably one indicator that every one of you, at least one indicator that you personally are willing and excited to work on moving the needle of. So it's the year of clean water, and it's been a really fun celebration year. 200 individuals representing 60 organizations have helped to plan and implement the year of clean water. If you had a role in planning or implementing the year of clean water, could you please stand up? Thank you. One of the signature programs for the Year of Clean Water is the Clean Water Sweepstakes and Tour. And this event is on that tour. So today I encourage you to go to the left side behind the curtain and register for the Sweepstakes and Tour. So the grand prize is a 2-night stay at the Cuyahoga Valley National Park in a beautiful big house with 9 bedrooms. And the more events you go to during the Year of Clean Water, the greater your chance of winning. So in January, we kicked off the Sweepstakes and Tour with a Year of Clean Water kickoff event at Cleveland City Hall, and then Cleveland Public Theater launched a whole season of plays around clean water, starting with Fire on the Water in January. Cleveland Public Theater reached 3,418 audience members with 6 original productions about clean water and engaged 431 artists to create these works. In February and March, the Cleveland Aquarium hosted Habitatitude about invasive aquatic species, and World Water Day was hosted at the Museum of Natural History and the Watershed Stewardship Center. Metro Park Zoo celebrated with the Penguin Shores exhibit and programming around that all spring, and Earth Fest helped us reach thousands with the message of clean water at the Cuyahoga County Fairground. In May, our Division of Water gave tours for National Drinking Water Week, and in June, Great Lakes Science Center hosted the Great Lakes Explorers Series. In July and August, Stonebrook Annual Family Fishing Day, and Water Everywhere at the Children's Garden at the Botanical Garden. And then just last weekend, we had our Great Lake Erie boat float. We have one of those boats made out of upcycled materials over in the back. You may have seen it. That is a donated selfie station. So hop in the boat, take a photo, hashtag #CleanWater2015, and share it with the whole world on social media. Let them know you were here. And then this Saturday is the Sewer District's open house. One of the other initiatives we had this year was around ditching bottled water. In 2015, organizations, businesses, and individuals pledged to eliminate or reduce disposable plastic water bottles. 55 organizations and businesses have taken the disposable water bottle pledge to date. We know that kicking bottled water is better for your health, your budget, and the environment. It's also an action that all of us can take. So Water First for Thirst initiative of the Healthy Cleveland initiative has also launched an individual water bottle pledge where you as an individual can pledge to ditch the disposable water bottle habit. Links to those pledges are in your participant book. So this spring, more than 750 university hospital employees joined this effort and made an individual pledge to avoid using disposable water bottles. The combined potential impact in 1 year could be up to 58,000 kilowatt hours of energy saved, which is equal to powering 4 homes 365 days a year. We are making progress in installing green infrastructure to manage and filter stormwater before it reaches Lake Erie. This is a map of green infrastructure designed to control combined sewer overflow. These projects are designed to manage 209 million gallons of stormwater annually, and the Sewer District recently did a co-benefits analysis to understand the impact of these projects, not only reducing combined sewer overflow, but also on other aspects of the environment, resident health, property values, and access to green space for residents. In addition to green infrastructure to manage combined sewer overflows, and those tend to be larger projects, to date, the Sewer District has funded 33 green infrastructure projects and 12 just last year, and intends to release another round of grant funding in October. Also, I don't know if you saw, but just yesterday, the Sewer District heard from the Ohio Supreme Court and is now able to relaunch its regional stormwater management program. Which is huge news. It means that we as a region can all work together to manage stream bank erosion and flooding and water quality issues from a regional perspective and manage our stormwater in ways that really help our community. The Cleveland Botanical Garden wrapped up the Vacant to Vibrant study on vacant parcels in Slavic Village. They were aiming to discover the ability of these soils to infiltrate stormwater, and they also wanted to understand how dredged material could be tested and put to beneficial use on vacant land, among other things. This picture is Sandra Alba with the Botanical Garden. Are you here, Sandra? Not yet? Okay, good. Then she won't know she's up here. These parcels once had homes that were casualty to the foreclosure crisis and later demolished. This program created both environmental knowledge and improvements, but also positively impacted neighborhood quality of life, which is evident in the smiles of these kids on that swing set. So as we install more green infrastructure on public and private property, there's a greater need to train and to understand the maintenance of these installations. This year, an Ohio EPA Environmental Education Grant was awarded to the Office of Sustainability for Stormwater Management Training for municipal employees. And this is a photo of us doing a trial run over at Cuyahoga County Community College. We have several partners that are helping to gather their expertise and make sure that municipal employees all across Northeast Ohio understand how to maintain and operate green infrastructure. The Office of Sustainability was also awarded a NOAA Marine Debris Program grant to address barriers to reducing plastic marine debris. We will be kicking off this project after the summit, and you'll learn more about issues with plastic pollution in our waterways from our keynote speaker this morning. So one of the bright spots around this issue of pollution of our waterways is that many individuals and organizations are involved in keeping our beaches clean. Through Adopt a Beach, nearly 15,000 volunteers participated in the program in this region in 2014. And you'll notice that they aren't just cleaning up the beach, but they're also cleaning up along the streets because Lake Erie is downhill from everything. So you can always do a beach cleanup in your own front yard. In Cuyahoga County, 2,899 pounds of litter was removed from our beaches in 2014. And the top 12 items picked up in 2014, 80% of them or so were plastics. We have 7 watershed groups in Cleveland and about 17 in northern Ohio, working together on a wide variety of initiatives to preserve and restore our watersheds. These groups are doing amazing work, creating wetlands, cleaning rivers and creeks, engaging volunteers, and planting trees and shrubs in riparian zones, and much, much more. If you're involved in a watershed group, would you please stand up? Thank you. So one of the ways that we measure progress of our waterways is something called the Modified Index of Well-Being. And this is something that the Sewer District collects in partnership with the Cuyahoga area of concern to understand how our river is doing. And this is all about fish counts and whether our ecosystems are doing well. And as you can see over time that things are improving in the Cuyahoga River. But just this week, we got a bit of good news is that they found a walleye at River Mile 10 of Cuyahoga River, and as I understand, that's not a very common thing to find. Walleye haven't really been found in this portion of the river in 45 years or so. So that's huge, huge indicator of progress. And I'm really pleased to be able to announce today another piece of good news that really has not been public yet, and that's that Abram Creek over by Hopkins Airport is now in full attainment for fish. And dedicated stormwater efforts by the airport and many other partners over 15 years have improved the quality. And so this creek now has excellent scores for a freshwater, warm water environment. I may have messed that up a little bit. But it's really good news, and it's been a challenging project for the airport and others to remediate. And also the Cleveland Water Alliance. The Cleveland Water Alliance was instrumental in helping to plan and convene the hundreds of organizations involved in making the Year of Clean Water happen. In addition, they've been working to understand and to educate our region on the value of water. They hosted Edward Pinheiro at the City Club of Cleveland and published their first part of their Value of Water study for Northeast Ohio. You'll hear more from them at the Innovation panel later today. So that was the Year of Clean Water. I really went fast. I skipped a lot of things. If you want to learn more, look in your participant guide. And now I have 10 minutes to tell you everything else that happened since the last summit. So energy efficiency and green building. In September 2015, we relaunched the Cleveland Energy Saver Program, which is a residential energy assessment and retrofit program. When we did the pilot a couple years ago, we were able to retrofit 150 residential homes with an average saving of over 30% in their utility bills, and most of these were cash positive, so what they owed was lower than the savings they were getting every month from their utility bills. So far, 70 people have requested the assessments, and Energy Saver is hired their head coach for their team of assessors, and they'll be doing a soft launch next month in October. The Council of Smaller Enterprises has worked with the Institute of Market Transformation on a green lease pilot to help create shared incentives for landlords and tenants around lease spaces. And COSE has also had an uptick in audits for small businesses. They've assessed 509 buildings, which represents 4.5 million square feet, and have identified 21% energy reduction and $1.77 million in savings. Our green building tax abatement is continuing to provide incentives for green buildings for residential sector, including affordable housing. So this is a chart showing number of residential units getting enterprise green community standards. The Cleveland 2030 district has now assisted 40 building owners with data, and more than 70 buildings are now a member of the Cleveland 2030 district. The 2030 District's annual meeting is actually happening concurrently with our summit, and we have people from all over North America in Cleveland representing their 2030 districts. These are high-performance building districts. This started out as a working group back in 2010. This was a net zero energy working group, and now they're a nonprofit making real, impactful progress in Cleveland. They've got 39% of properties in downtown signed up and 20% in University Circle signed up, committed to, as a district, achieving average reductions in energy and water and fleet fuel of 50% by the year 2030. We've completed the rollout of Cleveland's automated meter reading program, and this program helps us as a city be more efficient. We don't have to drive around to read your meters now, but more importantly, it helps us detect leaks in the system, getting to that water energy nexus. It takes a lot of energy to pump water uphill from the lake to your home or business. To date, 10,000 leaks have been fixed because of this program. And we're still on the rise in terms of LEED certified buildings here in Cleveland. 16 LEED certified educational facilities are now in Cleveland, including K-12, KCSU, Tri-C, Kent State, and even the public library. This is a picture of the newly built Cleveland School of the Arts in University Circle. Just after the summit last year, we launched Solarize Cleveland as a way to offer residential solar at a lower price through bulk purchasing and kind of an affiliation program. In the city of Cleveland, 2 installations have been completed. There's 1 in contract and 18 have agreed to proceed. Additional 8 households have been engaged. In Northeast Ohio, 18 installations have been completed, 16 are in process, 19 in contract, and 112 have agreed to proceed. So we're really excited about the Solarize Cleveland program. It's a way to drive down the cost of solar here in Northeast Ohio and make residential solar more accessible to Clevelanders. The Office of Sustainability also completed a solar road mapping project for Cleveland and has once again incorporated renewable energy into municipal aggregation. The day after the summit last year, Medical Center Company had a kickoff, a ribbon cutting for their 1 megawatt solar array on Euclid Avenue. And both MCCO and Cleveland Thermal are continuing their transition away from coal-based energy. Lake Erie Energy Development Corporation, or LEEDCO, received an additional Department of Energy grant for design of the turbine foundation and began geotechnical investigation in Lake Erie. They've recently completed the geotech work, and they've tested and sampled the lakebed soil to help design their mono-bucket foundation. The detailed engineering for the foundation will be completed in early 2016, and LEEDCO has attracted the attention of several investors, and serious discussions are underway. Grind to Energy now has 4 Cleveland partners: Tower City, Cleveland Browns, the Indians, and Horseshoe Casino. Grind to Energy takes food waste, purifies it, it gets stored in a tank, pumped out in a truck, and taken to Collinwood Bioenergy, where it's turned into energy and put into Cleveland Public Power's grid as part of their renewable energy portfolio. In 2014, Grind to Energy helped divert 88 tons of food scraps from the landfill, and so far in 2015, they've diverted 105 tons. So we know that renewable energy is on the rise here in Cleveland, and we expect this trend to continue through these programs. In terms of sustainable transportation, we're seeing some improvements in green fleets. This is a picture of Tri-C's solar-powered EV charging station. Anybody knew they had this? That's kind of cool. So there's been a slight increase in EV charging stations here in Northeast Ohio. There have been alternative fuel educational events for the community and an expansion of car sharing. This year, RTA added 60 CNG buses to their fleet, reduces annual emissions by about 100 tons of CO2 equivalent. RTA ridership has grown for 4 consecutive years, and Cuyahoga County Community College has increased their ridership of their students by 50% by creating a new student incentive program to commute to campus by public transportation. We're continuing to make progress in implementing our bikeway implementation plan. You can see we've had a real uptick in bike lane miles added last year, and we expect to do even more this year in 2015. We're aiming for about 22 miles. These bike lanes have real impact. This is from a NOACA bike ped count that shows that putting the bike lanes on Edgehill more than doubled use of that road by bike commuters in Cleveland. We're making good progress on our multi-purpose trails as well, on the towpath and the Cleveland Foundation Centennial Trail, which serve to link residents to National Park, to Lake Erie, and to many places in between. The Cleveland Planning Commission, the Office of Sustainability, Traffic Engineering, Bike Cleveland, YMCA, and others are partnering on a Transportation for Livable Communities initiative planning project to look at where and how we can do protected bike lanes in Cleveland, what streets are best for these bike lanes that are fully separated from vehicular traffic, and we're looking forward to launching that this fall. So we launched just after the summit with input from people who were here, our One Simple Act campaign in Cleveland. Since the launch, we rolled it out internally to City Hall employees with a 50 Simple Acts challenge, and we'll be announcing the winners of that challenge tomorrow. We received grants to support curbside recycling program, including direct mailers and advertisements, and also a new recycling truck. We are continuing to roll out, we will be fully rolled out in our curbside recycling program next month, so every Cleveland resident should get their blue bin. Yeah. And we're continuing to work on our efficiency and cost effectiveness in providing these services to residents. So the darker bar is the city of Cleveland, and the bar on the right is the county average. So in 2012, the County Solid Waste District started to chart organic separately from recycling. So if you look at 2014, the city of Cleveland's recycling rate is 14%. So 14% of our waste is diverted from the landfill from recycling. So on recycling, we're actually higher than the county average. However, I think our area for innovation and improvement is in the organics fraction of our waste stream. So we're excited to figure that out now that we're going to be fully rolled out in the residential curbside program. In vibrant green space, as many of you probably experienced coming downtown today, public square is under construction. This is going to probably be the heart and soul of downtown when it's finished. A vibrant green space, ripe for programming, and also repurposing some place that was once just for cars for people. So we're really excited about this, and we track this. So most residents in Cleveland live within 1 mile of parks and green space. And according to Park